Hi, this is Jonathan Rosenhead, Jerusalem psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post for Shemos is titled Focusing on the Here and Now. Because in this week's Pasha we learn about the interaction and the discussion between Moshe Rabbeinu and Hashem at the burning bush, where Moshe is told to go to Mitzrayim and to redeem the Bnei Yisrael. And Moshe asks Hashem, when I go to the Bnei Yisrael and they ask me who has sent me to redeem them, what name should I give? What name should I say has sent me? And Hashem says, tell them that my name is Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, which literally translates as I will be what I will be. And then immediately in the same pasuk, straight afterwards, Hashem says, tell them that Ehyeh has sent you, which means I will be. So we see a change from a double expression of Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh to just a single expression of Ehyeh. So what is the significance of this change? The Rashi in the Gemara Brachas explains that Hashem was saying Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh means tell them that I will be with them in this hardship just like I will be with them in future hardships. And Moshe says, why mention future difficulties? They're struggling at the moment. They're suffering at the moment. Why bother them or make things worse perhaps by mentioning that there'll be future difficulties and future hardships? And Hashem agrees. And he says, yes, just tell them, yeah. Just tell them that my name is, I will be with them in this difficulty and this struggle. So we see from this explanation and this interaction a message of focusing on the here and now. And from a therapeutic approach, this relates to cognitive behavior therapy. Cognitive behavior therapy is known to be an approach that focuses on the here and now, that focuses on the current difficulty. Perhaps in contrast to a psychodynamic approach which looks at childhood experiences and family background, here there's less emphasis on that. We want to really focus on the current struggle that the person is suffering with and how to change and to give them the tools to improve the situation. And a prominent component of cognitive behavior therapy is maladaptive thoughts or cognitive distortions. And there's something called cognitive traps, which conceptualizes or is a pattern of thinking to try to explain what is the reason behind this negative thinking. So there's cognitive traps that can explain why a person would not be able to focus on the current situation and perhaps would only focus on future difficulties or believe that there's always going to be more problems and things will never get better. One of these thought traps is called fortune telling, where instead of focusing on the current situation, the current difficulty, the cognitive trap is that they believe nothing will get better. They're just predicting the future. They're thinking that things will never get better. And this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, that by focusing now on the future becomes the reality, that things don't actually work out and things never get better. And this needs to be corrected with saying that I'm struggling at the moment. I'm struggling at the moment, which helps them to focus on the current situation. And there's also another cognitive thought trap, which is overgeneralization, which means that a person thinks that makes things seem a lot worse than they really are. They generalize. So for example, if they didn't get a job, they say, I didn't get this job and I will never get a job. And this can be changed to thinking, I didn't get this job, perhaps this now means that I can explore other opportunities, other possibilities, perhaps the next job will be more suitable. And these cognitive traps means that a person is not able to focus on the here and now, and they get stuck. It's a metaphor. As a metaphor, perhaps this cognitive trap is that they have a puncture in their car, and instead of focusing on that problem, their cognitive distortion means that they go and then puncture all the tires in their car, and they can't go anywhere. They're stuck. So Moshe and Hashem were having this discussion, a therapeutic discussion perhaps, of how to give comfort and encouragement to the Bnei Yisrael. And Hashem wanted to say that I will be with them, I will always be with them in this difficulty and future difficulties. But Moshe was saying, let's focus on the here and now. And perhaps the message is that the reality of life is that there will always be struggles, there will always be difficulties. But if we learn to focus on the here and now, and we gain the tools and the skills to deal with the current situation, this will then help us to be able to cope better with any future difficulties that will come. Have a great Shabbos and keep well.